What's crack-a-lackin'? It's Friday, so it means business casual. I like this tie because it matches my bandana, kind of, sort of. But by the time you're viewing this, it's probably midnight, maybe even later. So screw business casual. It's basically the weekend. But I got all the sports news, well, football news for you of the week. It's not PTI. I'm Steven Lardell. Says it on my shirt. Better known as your boy Broshmo, just in case you did not know. So go ahead, become a bro and subscribe. Leave that thumbs up if you enjoy the content. Let's go ahead. Let's dive into what's going on this week. And we're going to start with NCAA, man. They got a lot of opt-outs going, at least for the first rounders. We talked about Caleb Farley last week, and then Gregory Rousseau, he went ahead and opted out, man. So that kind of sucks because I'm a Hurricanes fan, and I had hopes this season that are gone. But what does that really mean for him? Because he was still a bit raw from a technique perspective. I'm probably gonna go on about the prospects that decide to opt out and what it means for their draft stock on Monday. So you're gonna have to wait till then. But yeah, off probably my first I don't think it's a good move for him necessarily, but he's lucky because it's not like there's any like top pass rusher this year. Micah Parsons, he was widely renowned as a top 10 talent. I don't think this hurts his stock really at all. Just kind of sucks for Penn State. Just one less guy on the field, at least with that level of talent. But yeah, widely regarded as the top linebacker in this draft. He's pretty studded. And then wide receivers, Rashad Bateman and Rondale Moore. And man, that's a big blow to Minnesota and Purdue. It's not like they have anyone close to the level of Moore, but especially for Minnesota, because they were looking to be contenders in the Big Ten. And now Tanner Morgan's down, his best weapon. So it's going to be very interesting to see how everything kind of turns out for that. But NFL, they doing opt-outs, and they had the last day of opt-outs like a day ago, and I think it was like over 60 players decided to opt out. So we'll go over a few here, or at least some of the key ones. I mean, first one for me popping off, maybe EJ Gaines, kind of takes away some of the depth from Buffalo. I'm not too worried about that. But Jawan James from Denver, that's huge. That's their right tackle. Who are they going to replace him with? I don't know. They grabbed a guy that I kind of liked in the draft, Natane freaking Moody. The guy, yeah, he's probably translates better at guard in the NFL, but he does have experience playing tackle, and he might not be as athletic as you'd like for tackle, but the dude's a mauler. The guy is like stupid strong. Why not try him out there? I mean, they're kind of loaded on the interior, so I would give it a shot. And then Andrew Billings, he opted out for the Browns, but lucky for the Browns, they I assume Larry Ogunjobi. There we go. I thought I had it. Suck with names, but he's probably gonna replace Billings as the nose tackle. I mean, I thought it would be kind of a fight anyway, a camp battle there, but they do have Jordan Elliott, but I think he's better at 3-tech. Doesn't really have the size for playing nose, so I think they're fine. They got they have a little bit of depth on the line. Marcus Gilbert, Cardinals right tackle. You might think that's big. He was kind of hurt a bit last year. Who like? It's probably going to be Kelvin Beachum that ends up starting at right tackle. But freaking Josh Jones. I had a first-round grade on Josh Jones. He goes in the third. What a steal. Start the dude. He is talented. He is so good with his hands. That's just my opinion on the matter. Continuing to go down the list, Marvell Tell for the Colts. I really thought he was going to probably push, or it was going to be somewhat of a battle between him and Xavier Rhodes to see who would be corner number 2. I mean, I think Rhodes obviously kind of had the edge, but it would be interesting. I think I don't think it's necessarily, I don't want to say it's not a wise move, because I mean, you're looking out for I guess your family, I don't really know what his reasons were in particular, but I think you're really giving up a prized opportunity. The Dolphins, two of their receivers, Allen Hearns, and which was kind of to be expected, but Albert Wilson opting out, so they're down their third wide receiver. That's rough, I guess, because they don't really have much depth after Preston Williams and Devontae Parker. They didn't really draft anyone this year, so it'd be interesting to see who ends up kind of getting the time there. I'm gonna probably go out on a limb and say it's gonna be Grant, but we'll see. I suppose. I don't know. I don't think the Dolphins are gonna do well this year. I'm a fan. Going on, Sam Beal. That's kind of huge because they're already struggling at corner. If you didn't know, DeAndre Baker probably getting suspended. The dude's facing four felony charges. Woof. Although Quinton Dunbar looks like he might get out scot-free. No charges have been pressed against him, so Seattle might luck out and not have to start Trey Flowers. But with Sam Beal opting out and Baker probably not being able to play, they're kind of thin at cornerback, I guess you would say. They don't really have much back there. I mean, they got James Bradbury. He's going to be the number one. But then who's going to be the number two? I'm going to assume Julian Love's going to move into the slot because I don't think they'd want to start Grant Haley because he was actually pretty bad last season. Corey Ballantyne, maybe, perhaps. So we'll see, but I think that's kind of a big blow. I think they were definitely hoping Sam Beal would take a big step up. And Rashawn Melvin, well, the corner for the Jaguars. They were already kind of thin at corner, even with the addition of CJ Henderson. So I don't know. The Jaguars, they're sporting one of the least talented rosters, at least defensively, in the league. It's a young roster, though. It's a young roster. It's got a lot of good parts to build upon. So it's just not going to be good this year. CJ Mosley was a big one in terms of his contract, but I don't think it's that big of a blow to the Jets because he's not that good in coverage. Continuing down the list, I mean, you could say Christian Miller for the Panthers, kind of a big blow, but I mean, I think he was more of a rotation guy anyway. Marquise Lee for the Patriots. So again, who's the vertical threat there? Nobody knows. And continuing down, I think that's actually about it as far as the guys opting out. Guys that are on the pub list, Jarvis Landry, that's kind of a big name. Alshon Jeffrey. So, but luckily they drafted a lot of depth at receiver. Sony Michel, Mohamed Sanu. So just more bad news for the Patriots potentially. Juwan Thornhill. So it's gonna be interesting how this all kind of like goes down during the season, as we'll get to later in the video when it comes to testing, because they tried to screw Matthew Stafford. I don't know why though. I don't think they did try to screw him, not on purpose. A couple other things. Antonio Brown suspended 8 games. He's probably gonna be a late season pickup anyway for a team that's looking for that extra edge in the playoffs. Yeah. And Vic Beasley. Where the freaking heck has Vic Beasley been? Like, it's like Carmen Sandiego. No one knows. He had no excuses. He didn't opt out. And they're going to end up fining him $500,000. So, yeah. What's up, bro? You could afford it with that freaking $9 million contract. But it is what it is. Big news. This was probably, I think, the biggest news of the day was the Redskins, the football team releasing Derrius Guice. News broke this morning, or I guess early this afternoon, that he had been arrested on domestic violence related charges. And this stems from earlier in the year. And it's got multiple dates on here. February 14th, Valentine's Day. It's not a time to be doing that. I guess no time to be doing that. But March 3rd, then you had April 17th, but he was authorities weren't made aware of the allegations until July 22nd. Guys, he went ahead and turned himself in. As of now, he actually already been released. So, I guess not much has come out about this as far as I know. But I mean, he was released. They just got rid of him. No, like they didn't ask no questions or anything. You would think a guy that you spent a second round pick on, who kind of showed some flashes last year. He has dealt with I think it was the ACL and MCL injuries the past 2 years, but they were just like, nah, we're just gonna cut ties. So I guess depending on the more news we hear about it, we'll find out what like I guess what the implications are about as far as, will he be signed by another team? Will there be a suspension? Stuff like that. This was very surprising. So now you gotta ask, okay, who's in the Redskins backfield? Obviously, you know, first name you're thinking of, Adrian freaking Peterson. Probably gonna see a bulk of the snaps. They did bring in. Who did they bring? Let's pull up the roster real quick. They brought in Peyton Barber, JD McKissick's just a receiving back though. Peyton Barber, I think, is just there for depth. You could say maybe Bryce Love. He's healthy. The good dude's got a ton of talent, but they also brought in Antonio Gibson, who they're playing. They've been, at least as far as workouts, they've been doing a lot of different things with him, playing both running back and receiver, which is kind of a position, kind of the role I expected him to play anyway in this offense. So yeah, I think Adrian Peterson easily is probably going to be the bell cow here. Let's just keep it going, man. MLB, we saw them doing the virtual fans. It was like, oh, this is kind of cool, man. Got like digital people in the stands that are clapping. I mean, it's good to hear the fan noise, you know, and all that. NFL was like, you know what? With a lot of team or a lot of franchises going, yeah, we're gonna have no fans this year. Like Vegas Raiders just came out and said they're gonna have no fans attending their home games. There are still teams that are like hoping for like 33 to 40% capacity in their stadium, but it looks like virtual fans might be something the NFL actually considers. So great. Every game it's gonna be like Madden. I want to see, honestly, if these fans are detailed as heck, I'm gonna demand more in my freaking Madden game when it comes to the fans. I want to see just better graphics. I want to hear better pops. I want to hear better fan noise. Like, get on it, EA. And then I think it'd be cool. This is probably not gonna happen. It's my kind of dream. I think it'd be cool if they had like a VR experience, you know, for those people. Like, I don't know. It's kind of weird because it would kind of require you to have, I guess, a VR headset. But imagine, man, like, all right, it's Sunday freaking afternoon. You throw on your VR headset, and it's just like you're sitting there in the game. I'll take a beer, a hot dog here as well. Oh crap, I missed the play. Oh, everyone's going crazy. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just thinking, it's the future. It's the future. Matthew Stafford, right? So he was put on the pub a week and a half ago, because they said he tested positive for a pandemic test. Because I can't say the actual thing apparently, because that's stupid. Thank you, YouTube. But it got all cleared up. He actually took multiple consecutive tests that came out negative, and they're like, how the heck did this positive test come out? I mean, Matthew Stafford's wife was kind of livid with it. She was pissed because, I mean, it did alter a lot of the things going on in their family as far as what they could and cannot do. There was a lot of boundaries. They were, I guess, in the city of Detroit, they were like snickered at and stuff. They like, because I mean, when you're Matthew Stafford's wife, everyone's gonna know you, man. That's a quarterback. That's my quarterback, man. I know his wife. So yeah, I guess like her and her kids, they got I guess shamed. So that sucks, man. But Adrian Amos, the safety for the Packers, if you're not familiar, you should be. He's pretty darn good. He actually tweeted out with the possibility of these false tests, these tests that come out negative that aren't actually supposed to be negative. You know, how are we supposed to trust the NFL that they're doing this right? Because they do it so close to game time. Like, if they get a positive test and it's actually like negative, they take multiple tests after that. But like that, it just takes one test and it's like, okay, you can't play. And you're probably gonna be out for the next 2 weeks. Oh wait, no, you don't have to be out the next 2 weeks. You can't play this game. The game's already underway and whatnot. But they were actually negative, so our bad. Like, it's kind of screwy. It screws a lot up if you're a franchise. If you're a coach, and it's like your star quarterback, Matthew Stafford, tested positive. All right, let's put in David Blau out there. Crap, another loss. Who would have thought? David Blau, man. Thought he was best backup quarterback in the world. And then after that game, you get back in the freaking locker room to find out, oh, it was actually, you were actually negative. The first test just messed up. So we kind of just threw that game. Like, you kind of see the implications here. And then Adrian Amos made a great point of, I mean, thinking these NFL players, they're taking multiple tests, but all it is for, you know, us average folk, I guess. If we're going to get tested, we're typically only getting one test, and it just takes that one test, bam, negative, and it's like, it's very just life altering for the next few weeks for us. So I thought he brought up a good point there, and it's like, yeah, get it together, man. Get it together, NFL, man. We're trying to have an enjoyable season. But let's end on a lighter note, because I feel like all this kind of news is kind of sad. Just a little bit. But let's take a good look at Washington's stinking new helmets. It's literally the Alabama Crimson Tide like uniform, or at least the helmets. Just instead of the white numbers, they're going with the yellow. I think it actually looks pretty good. I mean, I don't know what else you would have put on your helmet for the Washington football team. Nothing, I guess. That would have been appropriate. There's this funny TikTok out there. This guy is like, I play for the Washington football team. First name, last name. I went to college university. Gosh. TikTok's around gonna stay, so there's something nice. But that's it for the video. Go ahead, do that YouTube stuff. I'll have more I guess more information regarding the implications of the potential first rounders opting out of the college football season and just preparing for the draft on Monday. So be around for that. But until next time, you be easy, my friends. Later.